I've got an exceptional tip for you today that most people don't realize what they need to do in the downswing with regards to their elbows. But I'm going to reveal all to you today and just how important it is. Before we start, please don't hesitate. Join that waiting list if you want a lesson with me. Click on that link below to my website and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Now, how should the elbows work during the golf swing? Well, I see a lot of people really struggling for the strike because their elbows are in totally the incorrect position. So they struggle then and have to manipulate getting that golf club back in. But where do the elbows ideally need to be? Well, let's focus on one elbow. I don't want to confuse things here. I don't want to overcomplicate things. So we're going to be focused on this little chap, the right elbow. For right-handed golfers, this is. So we're going to focus on the trail elbow here. And what should happen ideally in the trail elbow is on the way back, it should rotate around in a circle. And you'll notice how that elbow stays relatively low to the ground here, okay? What it doesn't do, it doesn't lift up. We don't want that right elbow to lift up because otherwise, when we come back down on that golf ball, we're going to come crashing down into that ground. So first things first, what I want you to try and do is what we call open the door with that right arm on the way back. So that right elbow stays relatively low. It doesn't lift up. That's point number one. Point number two is the right elbow on the way down and through should come down and into our side. Again, if that right elbow goes too high, we get really stuck and steep and again, come crashing down on top of that golf ball. We either top it at best, fat it at absolute worst. Nightmare territory. So the feeling is that right elbow going around and low and then feeling on the way through that right elbow is still under and making sure it's pushing into us. That will help us get that club working nicely under the plane and making sure we're getting that club to the ground where it should be, as opposed to here where that right elbow is just in absolute no man's land. We don't want that. We want that right elbow around, right elbow tucked under for much, much better ball striking. If this is you and you lift that right elbow up, you are going to struggle. Sort that out ASAP.